Have you ever thrown away a broken pencil thinking it was useless? Most people do. Because when something becomes small, old, or damaged, they stop seeing its value. But what if I told you that a box full of broken pencils changed a poor boy's life forever? This is the story of a village boy who taught everyone that success is not built by big actions, but by small efforts repeated every single day. And in the end, those tiny efforts made him achieve something nobody thought was possible. Once upon a time, in a small village surrounded by green fields and muddy roads, there lived a poor boy named Ravi. Ravi was the son of a farmer. His family was not rich. Their house was made of mud and bamboo. During the rainy season, water leaked through the roof, and during summer, the heat inside felt unbearable. Life was difficult, but Ravi had one dream. He wanted to become a teacher. He wanted to help children learn and change their lives. Unfortunately, dreams were free. Education was not. His parents could barely afford food. Buying notebooks and school supplies was a luxury. Every pencil mattered. Every page mattered. Every rupee mattered. One day at school, Ravi noticed something. Many students threw away their pencils as soon as they became too short. Some pencils were barely 2 inches long. Others still had plenty of lead left. But because they looked old, nobody wanted them. At the end of every school day, the classroom floor was filled with broken pencil pieces. While everyone ignored them, Ravi quietly picked them up. One by one, piece by piece, he carried them home in a small cloth bag. When his friends saw this, they laughed. "Look at Ravi, the pencil collector. He is collecting trash." Everyone laughed loudly. Ravi felt embarrassed, but he continued, because he knew something they didn't. A small pencil could still write, and as long as it could write, it still had value. Every evening after helping his father in the fields, Ravi sat under a kerosene lamp. The light was weak, the room was hot, mosquitoes buzzed around him, but Ravi kept studying. Whenever one pencil became too small, he picked another broken pencil from his collection. Night after night, page after page, he filled notebooks with notes and practice exercises. His collection of broken pencils kept growing, and so did his knowledge. Years passed. Ravi became known as the hardest working student in the village. While other children wasted time playing all day, Ravi balanced work and study. While others complained about not having enough resources, Ravi used whatever he had. Whenever people asked him how he managed to study so much, he simply smiled and said, "Small efforts become big results." But most people didn't understand. Then came the biggest challenge of his life, the district scholarship examination. The scholarship could pay for his future education. For Ravi, this was a life-changing opportunity. Thousands of students applied. Only one would win from his region. The competition was fierce. Many students came from wealthy families. They had tutors, extra books, private coaching classes. Everything Ravi lacked. For the first time, fear entered his heart. What if I fail? What if all my efforts aren't enough? Then the night before the exam, Ravi sat alone outside his house, looking at the stars, thinking about his future. Then he opened his old wooden box. Inside were hundreds of tiny broken pencils. Some were only an inch long. Some were cracked. Some had no paint left. Each pencil reminded him of a night he had studied, a chapter he had completed, a problem he had solved, a lesson he had learned. Suddenly, he realized something. The pencils were not just pencils. They were proof. Proof that he had never given up. Proof that he had worked hard every day. Proof that success was built one small effort at a time. A smile appeared on his face, and his fear disappeared. The next morning, Ravi walked to the examination center, not with confidence and luck, but with confidence and preparation. He knew he had done everything possible. Now it was time to trust his efforts. The exam was difficult, very difficult. Many students looked worried. Some gave up halfway, but Ravi remained calm. Question after question, he remembered the lessons he had practiced for years. Every late-night study session helped him. Every broken pencil helped him. Weeks later, the results arrived. The entire village gathered near the school notice board. Students pushed through the crowd. Parents waited nervously. Teachers smiled. Ravi's hands trembled. Slowly, he looked at the top of the list. And there it was, number 1. Ravi. He had won the scholarship. For a moment, he couldn't believe it. Tears filled his eyes. His parents cried with joy. The villagers cheered. Even the children who once laughed at him stood silent. Years later, Ravi completed his education. Just as he had dreamed, he became a teacher. But not just any teacher. He became one of the most respected teachers in the district. Students loved him. Parents trusted him. And many children who could not afford school received help from him. One day, a student asked him, "Sir, what was the secret behind your success?" Ravi smiled, and he opened an old wooden box. Inside were dozens of broken pencils he had saved for years. The students looked confused. Ravi held up one tiny pencil and said, "This is my secret." The children laughed, just as his classmates once had. But Ravi continued, "Success does not come from one big action. It comes from small efforts repeated every day. This tiny pencil helped me write one more page. That page helped me learn one more lesson. That lesson helped me pass one more test. And those small victories eventually changed my life." The room became silent because everyone understood. From that day on, Ravi kept the box of broken pencils in his classroom, not because he needed them, but because they reminded him of an important truth. A mountain is built from tiny stones, a river is made of tiny drops, and success is built from tiny efforts repeated consistently. No effort is ever wasted, no step is ever too small, and no dream is ever too big for someone willing to keep moving forward, one pencil stroke at a time. Moral of the story: 1. Small efforts repeated daily create extraordinary results. 2. Never underestimate the value of consistency. 3. Hard work matters more than resources. 4. Success is built step by step, not overnight. 5. Every small action moves you closer to your goal. 6. Persistence turns ordinary people into extraordinary achievers.